Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie. Today I have some toddler Valentine activities to share with you, all super easy and fun for the kiddos. If you have ones that are a little bit older, check my previous video, check the description box below. I will link some more kind of preschool crafty type activities there as well for you to check out. Also, this is kind of what you can expect on my channel: motherhood, kids activities, productivity. If that interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Let's get to it. For the first activity, you're going to need to cut a heart out of cardboard and paint it pink, and then a piece of yarn, and at the end of it, I taped it so that it was easier to thread things. I then taped the yarn to that little cardboard heart, and I did paint both sides. That way it doesn't really matter. No matter which way you look at it from, it's cute. I then put some red dyed pasta, rotini pasta, into a bowl and gave her the yarn. And then she went ahead threading and got some great fine motor threading skill work in and had a great time doing it. Next up, we're going to do a ball drop, palm drop type situation. So I have here a cardboard box, and then I drew with a pencil just a shape of a heart so I knew where to cut. And I took a sharp knife, I inserted it into the box and then gave it a few twists to kind of make a hole. And it just had to be a general hole. And then I went around that outline and kind of made several more of those holes. These are going to be the place where they can drop items into. So once I was done doing that, it kind of looked like this, and I went ahead and stuck my thumb in and then out of the holes to kind of more round them out. After I was done with that, I took a dot marker here, but you could also just use paint in a paintbrush or whatever you want. I just wanted to give it a little more decoration. So I kind of outlined that pencil or just the holes and made an outline of a heart here. And then I also did use some other dark dot markers to kind of just add a little bit more decoration and wrote the word love in there too. It ended up looking like this. So then I grabbed a cup full of random materials. I have pom-poms, I have pipe cleaners, and I did put some marshmallows just for fun because I'm a cool, fun mom. And then I let her go ahead and just drop things into it. Now it's up to you, obviously, if you want to use something edible or not. Maybe you need to use only edible things at one time or only non-edible things. You know, it depends on, your child, but mine loved just tasting the marshmallows and then trying to stick them in. For the next activity today, I went through to my scraps pile. I keep a scraps pile. If you don't and you like to do activities, you should. It comes in handy. But I grabbed my Valentine kind of colored scraps of paper and tissue paper. And then I did go through on some of the paper ones, which are a little harder for their little hands to tear. And I just added a few slits in there so that she had something to start the tear with, so that it would just be a little bit easier for her. And then I gave it to her on the floor with a little bin where she could put them and let her just kind of tear them apart at her own leisure and get tearing. This actually lasted a really long time for her, and it did kind of make a mess because she didn't always put them in the tub there, but that was okay with me. Even when they get real small, if you do them on a hard surface, then you can just kind of sweep them up and it's no big deal, and you can really involve them with that and get them into the habit of cleaning too. For the next activity, I took some garbanzo beans, the dried kind that you can buy like in the dry rice section, and then I added it to a Ziploc bag with some paint, shook it up to dye it, and then put it on parchment paper to dry. As you can see, I did several colors, so I started with dyeing it with white because it's the lightest color, then moved to pink, then red, so that I didn't have to use multiple bags. Once I had that done and it was dry, you could do a simple transferring activity where you just have two bowls and a spoon and you kind of practice transferring back and forth. I would recommend having this over some sort of bin so that they just don't drop all the time. My kids were just overly anxious to get started on this. They love sensory activities. So you could do something simple like that, and you could do it with one color or multiple, or you could make it into more of a traditional sensory bin, something like this, and have the scoops and such like that, and then just let them play. They may end up playing in a different way than you even had imagined, which is kind of what happened here. But it's really a cute, colorful thing for sensory in, Valentine's Day time. And by the way, this dyeing method of the chickpeas is the same that I used for the pasta in the threading activity. All right, so for the last activity today, I had 2 strips of cardboard here and just roughly drew some hearts. And then I have a various amount of activities here. I'm going to make a sensory little feeling type thing for her. So here I did foam, I did glue, hot glue, I did pipe cleaners, felt, buttons, and pom-poms. So 3 different materials for them to kind of feel and just get that sensory experience, and is a great calm down activity too. And you actually could use it for even younger, like more babies as well. So it's very versatile. All right, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed these and get to try at least one of them with your little toddlers out there. Let me know your favorite one in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.